In the same way, the unmanifest in each one of you manifests into the world outside in different states. The tendency in you first expresses at the intellectual level as a desire. All of you have got desires. Don't you say that, no, Swamiji, I have no desires. If you have no desires, lie down there. We will attend to your funeral as soon as this talk is over. Only in the funeral ground or the burial ground you can say that there is no desire in the dead body. So long as you have a manifestation, there will be desires. Why? You are manifested because of the vasanas. The vasanas have to express. The desires will be in all of us. If 3 or 4 friends have come to your house and you are a very loving and hospitable host, came and sat down in the drawing room and the talk started. At that time, my wife comes into the room. That is a fashion nowadays. What will you have, all of you? What will you have? Because this is the 5-star hotel culture. In a 5-star hotel, the bearer has to come and say, yes, sir, what will you have? Isn't it? And our homes also have become 5-star hotel. What will you have? So then the 5 of you shamelessly would say, can I have some fruit juice? Can I have coffee? You don't hold coffee, I don't like it. Can you have tea? Coke. Everyone wants different things. The Hindu woman is so smart. She, a $10 million smile and she just goes and this. You start your discussion. International politics, which you know nothing. Economics and finance, you know still less. You go on discussing, making noise, that is all. At that time, she comes with a tray. Another $5 million smile and shivering, and go to each individual, and each individual is given $1 million. And the fellow looks at it and takes a glass. Everybody takes. What? No house has got all these. Fruit juice, and then a tea, then coffee, and then somebody else wants a Coke. Somebody, there's nothing. There is Coke and orange, let us say. So then the orange juice, 4 or 5 glasses, 2 or 3 glasses of Coke. And you are not allowed to look at the glass because it's smiling so beautifully. Everybody takes it. Because by that time they have forgotten what their desire was. They take it. Before they finish, she comes with the tray. And everybody, not at over. Because these are the glasses that has to be filled again to give to the next set of guests expected. Think, desires are many. That is why the endless varieties that you find in the bazaars, in the supermarkets and all, is not one item. So many items of so many different types. Why? Each individual desire is different to cater to all of them. Why is it that desires are so vast? Because the tendencies are different. when a desire rises in the intellect, the subtlest of your personality, it slowly comes to a little grosser state in the mind, and the desire of the intellect, when it expresses at the mental level, it expresses as mental agitations, vikshepa, isn't it? Everybody says, Saji, no peace, my mind is always in agitation. Everybody's mind is. Instead of complaining that my mind is agitated, why don't you keep quiet and watch? What is the agitation about? You will find at any given moment your agitation is only expression of the most powerful desire that you are entertaining. You want to purchase a car, your agitation will be only car. Which car, what car, where car, why car, how car, car agitation. If your desire is for coffee, coffee. Your mind is not available for anything else. You may try to read something, you can't read. Coffee. You start hearing the smell of coffee, hear the sound of cup and saucers. See not to the book that you are reading, but the coffee with fumes going up, the fragrance in the nose. Until at last, you have to get up from there, get a coffee wherever it is available, by fair means or foul means. And once the coffee has come, the mind is available for any work. Very often, you get a cup of coffee, keep it there and start your work. And you are so immersed in the work, because the mind is available, you forget that there is a coffee. Haven't you seen that after 1 hour or 1.5 hours, you see the dead coffee sitting there? And have you not drunk that dead coffee because after all I paid for it? That your stomach becomes the garbage can. Pour it there. Cigarette. As you are working in the typewriter, you feel cigarette. You keep it in the ashtray and go on typing. And your typing becomes continuous until at last the whole cigarette has become one piece of ash. Have you done it? It's not that the system wants coffee. It's not that the body wants cigarette. But that desire created the agitation. The agitation is satisfied because I lighted a cigarette. Then the mind is available for my work. And when I once enter into the work, the joy of work, I forget it. Until the next time the desire comes, cigarette. Oh yes, where is my cigarette? Oh, no, the whole thing is burnt up. You light another one and keep it there. Same tragedy happens very often. That is to say, the vasana expresses at the intellectual level as desire. The desire in the intellect, when it expresses the mental level, it becomes agitations. Agitations of the mind, when fully manifest outside at the body level, are called your actions. See? Now the vasana for breakfast, the desire has already started. After another 20 minutes or 10 minutes, you start feeling that, what is it, the Swami is not leaving at all. And you don't listen to me at all. Breakfast. And when I leave you, where will you go? Directly. Every action is like that, every action. You go towards it, and that is the full expression of the vasana. So if the vasanas are good, your actions must be good. Why? Your desires will be noble, your thoughts gracious, Naturally your actions saintly. Why? Your tendencies are good. If the tendencies are bad, vulgar desires, criminal thoughts, murderous activities. So when you judge another man and say that he is a sinner, he is a dirty fellow, please, you don't know the mechanism. Have sympathy with him. He is a product of his past. That is why Jesus so lovingly says, hate not the sinner, hate the sin. The sinner, like a patient, is helpless, but hate the disease, hate the sin, the wrong tendency in him, but he cannot but express it. Think. It is a fact. Not only in the quality of your desire, vasanas determine the quality of your personality, but also the quantity of vasanas that you have brought with you. You are born with the vasanas, into vasanas. We discussed it in the Gita, 17th chapter, 18th chapter. The quantity may be more. So if there are more vasanas, each vasana has to come to a desire, and therefore a platoon of desires, one after another, erupting. And each desire must have agitations. So your mind is in a storm at all times. Can't even sleep without some yellow and blue pills. Why? To sleep. I can't sleep. Why can't you sleep? My mind is very dynamic. Meaning what? Too much of agitations. Why? So much of desires. And such an individual, each of those agitations to satisfy, you have to undertake some project or the other. It is such people who work 18 hours a day, 7 days of the week, running round the world, doing work and work and work. And people admire him, that this fellow came with $5 into this country, and today he has got 20 million. And he's got business here, there, and he is now going to open up in Indonesia. And by 35 or 40, we hear that he is dead. Why? His body could not stand that strain. Thrombosis, died. And everybody appreciates, what a dynamic man. So creative. He made so much, and nobody to look after it. Everything has gone collapsed. He himself buried. Think. Why is it that he is working like that? You can't stop him because of his vasanas. Thus vasanas express as desires become agitations become activity. These actions are prompted by desires, whipped up by the agitations. When the vasanas are less desires, therefore less agitations, therefore less desire-prompted activities. Activities need not be less, because your hands and legs have got the same length. It's not that the hands have gone into the stomach. Why? Because no desires, therefore hands gone. No! So you can work, but less selfish activities. Minimum vasanas. minimum desires, minimum agitations, minimum selfish work. The rest is all unselfish work. Supposing you have no vasanas, no desires, therefore no agitation, therefore not a single selfish act. Is not such an individual whom we adore, worship, revere as a saint, a sage, a prophet? Did Christ function to gain anything? Did Buddha work in order to build a palace for himself? See? They want nothing, expect nothing, demand nothing, because they have no desire. And yet they are functioning in the world outside, expressing their infinite love for the world. See? We adore and respect and revere him as a God-man upon earth. This is not because all the average man knows all the philosophy. Instinctively sees a divine aura about. When the 400 million people in India calls him Mahatma Gandhi, it's not that he declared it and tried to publicize that he is divine. People started calling him. Why? They started seeing something divine about him, something adorable in him. Hey. And it is true. Because when there are no vasanas, there are no desires, no agitations. Agitation, desires are always regarding the world of deity. When there are no desires and no agitations, the mind and intellect activity is ended. There where the mind's activity is ended, I, who thought myself to be the perceiver, feeler, thinker, comes to awake, released from the entanglements of the mind and intellect, comes to awake to realize the timeless, the permanent, the eternal, the immutable. In order thus I may go there beyond, into my spiritual nature, my true nature, that which stands between me and the perfection is my own vasanas. If vasanas are more, more extrovert. Vasanas are less, less extrovert. No vasanas, no more extroverted. You awake from this plane of consciousness of PFT into a new dimension of consciousness. Therefore, the inquiry was, what exactly or how exactly can we wipe out the what is that? Vasanas? How soon and how effectively can we eliminate the vasanas? So till now what I talked is the pure science, only giving you the theories of these great masters. But is it practical? How can I make it practical, useful to mankind? It means the technology. The pure science in subjective science is called philosophy. The applied science is called religion all over the world, yoga in India. What is the yoga or the religion? What are the techniques by which I can eliminate the unnecessary vasana pressure in me and bring my mind to quietude and contemplation and evaporate it or disseminate and release myself from the entanglements of mind and intellect, and awake to the higher state of consciousness. That we will take after your extrovertedness quiet. Breakfast. That there must be a life or some mysterious presence, divine and transcendental, call it whatever you like. I am not merely a bundle of flesh and bones and blood. But there must be something in it that lights it up. This we have understood. How does that function through me? I understood the mechanism of life. Now the point is, how am I to realize? Come in contact with it. The structure of the bulb has been learned. And I know that bulb by itself has no light, and therefore there is something other than the bulb, behind the bulb, that expresses through the bulb when the light comes out. And now I want to know what is that electricity. What do? I had to remove the bulb and then contact that which lies behind the mind. Search for what is that with my finger, and then we can't explain what it is. Then you shall get it. In the same way, intellectually I've understood these are the equipments, yes, and they function, yes. They themselves cannot function because they are matter, true. There must be something other than it, it is expressing through it, yes. Now what is that? Without removing these, I will not be able to understand that which lies behind it. Now how am I to remove them? I find that they are also powerful only because of the vasanas, and therefore vasana must be reduced. Less the vasana, less the desire, less the agitation, therefore very little extrovertedness, and therefore the mind is relatively quiet. Quiet mind has great contemplation, and when you are steady in contemplation, it happens. When the bulb is removed and the finger is inserted, it shall happen. What shall happen? You shall have direct experience. Of what? Of that which lies behind the... You get the... So then, the saboteur in my bosom, because of which I am not able to recognize my own dear real self, but I misunderstand myself to be the PFT, the limited entity, and all my sufferings and imperfections and agitations and sorrows are all due to this limitation upon me. How am I to then reduce the vasanas? It is here that what modern scientists calls a breakthrough we had in the subjective science. Just as in the objective science, very often we hear that we had a breakthrough in that problem, or we are expecting a breakthrough soon in this problem. The breakthrough is the word often used by the modern scientists. This is a phenomenon that was not only in the present times, but also in the good old ancient times. The rishis indicated this phenomena as a revelation. I did not know it, but it was revealed to me because I was anxious to know it. Modern scientists, in their arrogant ego and self and vanity, intellectual vanity, will not accept a revelation. But the phenomena is going on. There is a problem in science, and they have all trying their level best. All the data has been in front of them, and yet they are not able to explain how, why that particular phenomena, let us say. There is a question in the mind. Why? How? And the scientist's intellect or mind has nothing to talk, because all possibilities they have examined and found that they are all false. So the mind and intellect is relatively silent. But the question is still at that time, generally on the seat early morning, in the toilet, because that is a place where you just, in that mood, I mean, I'm not joking. Or maybe in his office, in the laboratory, he's playing with that file. All possibilities that has suggested itself into his mind, 4 or 5 possibilities, all have been proved to the hilt that they are all wrong. Investigations, they all reach only walled in blind alleys. Yet the question is in the mind, how? And it is such quiet moments when the mind is utterly quiet or alert, and the question is maintained. It is at that time that they get what the modern world call as breakthrough, or earlier the master said a revelation. Both the word revelation and breakthrough indicates that it is not your effort. You never knew it. It descended into you, and the modern man would say, it struck me. Struck me like a stone. Now a stone cannot strike you from your belly. It must be from outside. Meaning, I am not responsible. It struck me. But at the same time, the modern man doesn't want to accept that there is a greater intelligence than his, which can reveal to you the answers to your problems. They want to accept. So then they call it as breakthrough. According to your temperament, you may accept it as the rishis had a breakthrough in the subjective science, or you can say, if you have got belief and faith in the greater intelligence, that they had a revelation that when one individual functions in the world outside without orienting themselves with ego and selfish desires, the existing vasanas get exhausted, no new vasanas are created. This is a theory that has been declared in Vedanta. But Vedanta has not paused there to explain why and how. Just as in breakthrough, they can only give you the solution for the problem, but how did you arrive at it? It's not given, because they did not arrive at it. It arrived to them. They did not arrive at it. So they don't know the ways. It's a breakthrough. So they said, without ego and egocentric desires, if you can act in the world outside, the existing vasanas will get exhausted, it purifies you. Now the question is, can we act without ego and egocentric desires? Is it not in all action I must have the consciousness that I want something. Without these two, how can I act? When these two are not there, I am in deep sleep or under total chloroform. No action can spring forth from me. Then how am I to lift myself from the ego and selfish desires and act in the world outside? Any intelligent man round the world at any period of time would say this is impossible. This is not a practical philosophy. It is an utopian dream. It is a solution or a treatment which is more painful than the disease. If the treatment is more painful than disease, it is better to have the disease than the treatment. It is not so. The Rishi said, all of you are right. When you deny this as a path, you are right. Our sympathies are with you. Why? In 99 cases, it is true that nobody can act in the world outside without ego and egocentric desires. Except one exception. In that condition alone, man voluntarily acts without ego and egocentric desire. At the altar of love, you and I act without ego and egocentric desires. I love my mother and I am serving her. She is sick. I am serving her. Not that I may get some money from her or that she has not written the will and therefore I am serving her. No, that very serving her is itself a great joy and fulfillment for me. Not to serve her would have given me agonizing pain, a sense of guilt. So I am working for the sheer joy of doing. The father who loves the child, he may go about in a torn shirt, can't afford another shirt, and yet he will be sending money for his college education. Why? Love. Thus, loving the Lord and acting in the world outside is the method by which the existing vasanas can exhaust. That is why in all scriptures, service of mankind or the community, the society, as a dedication unto Him or as a worship of Him, dedicating to the Lord, act on in the world outside. In Gita it is said that thus worshipping me with your karmas, work in the world outside, is the noblest of all worship. Such an individual who does it, he is serving me the best. Now, even though all of us have got BMI, everyone, no exception, yet we are different from each other because some of us are body-oriented, some of us are emotion or mind-oriented, and some few of us are highly intellectual type, rationally oriented. Mankind falls under these three types. And the fourth type I am not explaining. The fourth type is neither physical, nor mental, nor intellectual. They are personalities below par. We are taking normal, healthy human being. They fall under these three categories. They are bodily, physically oriented, emotionally oriented, intellectually oriented. Naturally, therefore, these three types of people cannot be prescribed with one and the same method, technique. Just as one child of yours is interested in engineering, another in medicine, a third in music, you can't say that, no, all of you learn music. All of them learn engineering. It will never happen. So this wonderful idea, this or the Western religion, semestic religions, it's not true. One way, one God, one scripture. It is wonderful to hear. Good socially, to militant, to make it militant. But from the spiritual standpoint, it is detrimental and suicidal. Each individual must be given his freedom to bloom by himself. It's only because all of us are not of the same